Now we are on season 2 of this show where meeting for the first time in person, something I don't really believe. But from a therapist perspective, this second episode, okay, we gotta get into some things because a lot of secrets are being held and it's getting good, y'all. So let's get into it. If you are new here, I'm Denise Brady. Make sure you support the channel by hitting that like, you subscribe, you share, join the membership, stay, okay? Because as a therapist, I love relationships. I'm a couples therapist, and it's time to dig deep into what happened on episode 2 of the Never Ever Mets. Who came up with this title? Okay, but here we go. Now, episode 1, I didn't really recap. Life was lifing, and we just got introduced to the couples. And towards the end, there was this secret, okay, that came to the floor in the second episode. Let's get into Charli and Jared, okay? None of this makes sense. None of it makes sense, okay? Y'all have been together 4.5 years, okay? 4.5 years, never met, only virtually dating, okay? And she has a couple secrets, not just one, a couple. But so does he, okay? So now we have 2 people who've been together 4.5 years. And apparently, she has a newborn. Oh, wait. So does he. Okay, they both have newborns. But in my mind, I'm like, so y'all have been a committed, let's put that over here, committed relationship for 4.5 years. But y'all both have newborns? And then when she says that she has a newborn, and so does he, she gets upset. What? You have a newborn? Girl, you secretly have been breastfeeding, going to medical appointments, birthing a child. But you got the screw face on when he says that he also has a newborn. And the way both these people say it without any type of, they're not upset, they're relieved. I'm just like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Has dating become so bad that this is okay, this is acceptable? Have our standards become so low that you're willing to be with somebody who secretly was sleeping with somebody else on her side, his side? Oh, not only that, girl. Not only that. She got 4 kids. He thought she had a 12-year-old and a newborn. Oh no, it's the Brady Bunch. Okay. She secretly has 4 children. And he has 2. So tell me again, y'all have been together 4.5 years. You're coming into couples therapy. Okay. But no one is upset that either one of y'all have a child. Tell me as a therapist, how do I help y'all? What's really the problem? Because if the problem is not that y'all had both secretly been intimate with other people and had children, what am I doing? What do y'all need me for? Because apparently, things that will make most people check out of a relationship and leave are okay. And so when he finds out that she has 4 children, he like, oh damn. How'd I get here? What we doing? So if you have 4 and I have 2, a household of 6 children running around, yeah, that's too much. And she's like, are you judging me? Girl, you are upset? See, this is why you didn't tell him. Okay? Because you knew this would be the reaction. You were so afraid of losing him that you hid 6 kids, or you hid 4. You hid 4 children from him. You've been secretly breastfeeding on this show. Okay, how do you hide a belly for 9 months? I'm also wondering that there are just so many questions about this relationship. The fact that y'all are both cool with the fact that y'all secretly have kids. What are we doing? I'm still trying to figure out what are we doing. Okay, because none of it is making sense. All right. And then also, I feel like I've seen her somewhere else on another TV show. I watch a lot of reality TV. This is very much giving Love After Lockup. Not on WeTV. Okay, not on. I'm just like, what are we doing? Then he says that she is his black queen. Somebody get Dr. Umar on the line. Okay, because I get that she's biracial. I truly do. But at the same time, all right. So the secret is out, and they're both relieved. This ain't gonna work. In this economy, you mean I already don't take care of the kids I got, because that's what he to me alluded to. I already don't take care of my. But now you want to add on 4 more in one household? Now, when they walk away holding hands, it gave to me like, okay, I'm going to enjoy my experience. I'm going to collect my check. But long term, I'm out. This is not really going to work. Okay, it's really not. Imagine you find out somebody not only had a newborn, but altogether they have 4 children. And you're meeting them for the first time. This is what, day 2 of a 4.5 relationship. I just don't want to believe that they've been really dating. It makes more sense that we came here, we made an agreement to be on this show, but y'all being in a real relationship, I'm not buying it. I'm really not. All right. And then we have Taronda Jones, the relationship experts. Where your man's at? Where your girlfriend at? Whoever you date. OWN has a little thing about calling people relationship experts. This is the 3rd show I have watched with a relationship expert. We have it on Family Our Fiance, this show, and the spinoff we had of what's the dating show with Tommy, and they had the girls on there who were supposed to be trying to find love in New Orleans, and another relationship expert. Okay, I don't like relationship experts. Can we get a licensed therapist? Can we get somebody who's clinical? Because this exercise triggered me. As a therapist, I'm just like, okay, so these people are going to be body painting one another when we just met a couple of days ago. You don't know the trauma my body's been through, my mind has been through. I don't know this person. Yet you want me to be in a bathing suit and have him or her touch all over me. All right. I hate how these shows always start off with physical activities. Okay, we can't develop emotional intelligence. We can't get to know each other just off the strength of let's have conversations, let's go on dates. And no, they did go on dates in the first episode. I can't front. They did, go on these little dates. But why does it quickly go to physical intimacy? Okay, why does it quickly go to let's get to know our bodies? I just think about the trauma some of these people have been through. You really don't know. Yet you're expecting them to be vulnerable physically, to be practically naked, have someone touching all over them. And the premise was to build boundaries, to ask for permission to touch each other. I don't know you. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what my body is carrying, the trauma that I have inside. Yet you're supposed to be touching all over me. And we don't know how long this scene actually was filmed. On the show, it was probably, 10 minutes. But in reality, it could have been a couple hours. And of course, people take it way too far. And so we have Chris and Alexis, who have been dating for 1 year. Alexis is a control freak. She has a lot of red flags. She wants things her way. And sometimes I feel like she has some black and white thinking. And Chris has been through a lot of trauma. He talks about this episode having 9 step parents. Can you imagine that? Having 9 step parents, being moved from your mother's home to your father's home, and both parents were controlling, and now you're in a relationship with somebody who's also controlling. And I wonder about the casting and the psychological backgrounds. How much do you really know about these people before you're putting them in these situations? Because you might just re-trigger somebody. You might just take them down a spiral that, where's the therapist? Okay, are they backstage? Are they in a room somewhere? Because when you regurgitate all that stuff that you've been stuffing and it comes up, who's going to hold that? Who's going to hold that space? Who's going to be there for these people? Taronda? Nobody clinical, right? We're just thinking about the scene. Cameras, not what it's bringing up, especially because one person, I think her name is Alicia, actually has an autoimmune disorder. Her body has some wounding, she says. And I feel like at times these shows push boundaries. And I just think about when it comes to people's bodies, do you know what they're carrying? Do you know what they have been through before we just film something about touching? I wasn't feeling it. All right. But Chris has been through a lot of trauma. And I wonder how that is also impacting his relationship with his girlfriend, Alexis, who they've been dating 1 year. Why haven't y'all seen each other in a year? And also, 1 year goes by fast. You ain't stuck. You can call it quits. But there are a lot of red flags with her temper. And also another thing I want to talk about is when a woman says, a man asks a woman, you okay, you good? And she says, I'm fine. Rolling her eyes. The body language is saying one thing, but the words are saying another. We need to eliminate the word fine from our vocabulary and be honest about how we are feeling. The body says it all, the face says it all, but the words are saying something different. And I'm sure he could pick up on, as they were talking, she not really fine. She really not. And I also want to talk about, let's move on over to cooking. This cooking scene. So we are in a house of everyone, and each night a couple takes, their turn cooking dinner for everybody. And we have one couple who decides they're going to cook catfish, green beans with a wine caper sauce, doing the most, trying to give everybody a good meal. But I believe her name is Alicia. Due to her autoimmune disease, she has to have a special diet, or she prefers to have a special diet. And the male cook, I can't remember his name, is upset when she comes in saying, you making them green beans with vegan butter, right? Not too much oil, because that brings up my mucus a little bit. And so I want to know from you guys, living in a house, people you don't know their dietary needs. Was it appropriate for someone to come in and say, hey, where the vegan butter at? Y'all cooking out with vegan butter, right? Or you can, put some to the side and make mine a little bit special because I have some dietary issues. I'm kind of wondering if maybe people shouldn't be cooking. That would probably solve all the problems right there if they just had somebody come in and cook and everyone enjoyed themselves. But then again, I'm like, okay, the cooking maybe creates bonding, a family atmosphere, brings up dialogue, of course, drama. But I wonder if it would have been better, one, to have a private chef come in, or somebody from casting, hire somebody to cook for them every night. And if maybe her approach should have been, hey, I have some dietary needs. Do you mind if I take a piece of fish? Do I mind if I take some vegetables and kind of do my own thing? I'll still eat with you guys, but I just want to cook my meal a little bit different just for health reasons. Because over and over again, even her partner, Irvin, says also how she can have an attitude and a tone. And I wonder about her as a therapist. Is she an only child? Because I got only child vibes from her. Is she used to only focusing on herself? When is the last time she's been in a relationship? But also what kind of relationships has she been in that provoke the response that she has to both these men and her feeling like, I feel unsafe? Okay. Once again, people are bringing in trauma, hurt, wounds, and there's not a lot of, workshops about that thus far. Let's touch, let's go to this intimacy room. But we as people, are we going to know each other's background, what we're bringing to the surface? These shows do not invest in to me, health and well-being holistically of these people. And so you have one person who has some dietary needs along with some other mental health things in a group where we don't know each other. We just all put in a house together, hoping that our relationships work, hoping to see if, hey, I've been dating you for 8 years online, never seen you. That makes no sense. But here I am in person for the first time. And I feel like there's a rush to create intimacy. I feel like at times she's trying to create boundaries, But are they boundaries or are they walls? That's a question. What is the difference between a boundary and a wall? Okay? Not to mention the way each of these people communicate. Her and her partner have very different ways of communicating. And I think it's not going to work. I don't even know if there's chemistry between them. There is stuff that they've been talking about online, but meeting in person is way different than virtually dating. What y'all look like on paper. What's it giving in person? What's it giving in person? Because half these people are lying. Okay, they have secrets. Everybody got some kind of secret going on. But her and him are not going to work. And then so after the cooking incident, Charli and Jared announced to the group their secrets. She got a newborn. I got a newborn. And it's all good. We good. And everybody's looking like, what the hell is going on? She got a newborn, you got a newborn, and y'all good with that? What we doing? What we doing? The same thing I'm wondering. What are we doing? Because it doesn't make sense. And finally, the rest of the cast is like, it don't make sense to us either. I could never, continue to be with you after you lied about having a newborn. And you're breastfeeding? It don't make no sense. It really don't. Okay? Now, Clay and Tatiana is another couple we saw. They've been dating 8 months. He got a secret too. I just don't see it really working with them. The first episode, I didn't feel like there was any chemistry. She didn't want to kiss him. Now it seems like they're trying to, develop something. For a quick second, I was like, oh, okay, they seem like the most genuine, who are just here to kind of see if their relationship could work in person. But then, oh boy, says I have a newborn. And I just lost all faith in any other couples anymore. I just lost all faith. I'm like, can we get one? Same old shit, new season. It really is. So we got 3 people so far who got newborns. Kiki got a secret. Kiki and her boyfriend, I can't remember his name. Oh, Brandon. He ain't feeling her. Okay, he is not feeling her. I have not seen them do anything physical, a hug, even get close. I feel like every season of these shows, she was a big girl who's with a man who most of the time is not really interested in them. It feels all like a game, like this humiliation ritual. But I feel like Brandon, I've seen him on another reality show. And so he's going to pick and find something to not like her for, which I guess is going to be him thinking she's an alcoholic. She also got secrets. This season is all about secrets. Everybody got a secret. And does anybody really like each other? Do they? Or is everybody here to be on TV, live in a mansion for a week or two, and then go back to what they was doing? Okay? Because from a therapist perspective, none of y'all need to be together. Ain't nothing in this world that I can think of in 2025 but why you would be with someone 4.5 years, 2 years, 4 years, and never seen them in person. You can take a train, the Greyhound. You can take a flight on Spirit, Frontier. Shit, nowadays you can put the flight on layaway and pay later. Ain't no way you should not have been able to see somebody. It don't make sense. Nothing makes sense. Okay? But I'm here for the shits and shenanigans and the secrets. Okay? But a lot of these people have trauma. A lot of these people are not really here for the right reason. Is dating that bad? But it just seems like these shows are just casting people to cast people, not thinking about the well-being and the health of each individual, what they bring to the table, what they are harboring, what their bodies are carrying along with their minds, and how some of these activities can perpetuate and trigger what they have been through. Okay? But let me know your thoughts. What do you guys think? At least one couple that already said they had sex, okay, in the shower, so they know what they about it. They got out their system. But the rest of these couples, can we get a real relationship expert? Please please, at least a therapist on standby to help them kind of cope with some of these things. All right. But let me know y'all thoughts, because we can get into it. We can get active. Make sure you hit that like, you subscribe, and I will see you in episode 3. All right. Bye.